24 hours since a small plane crashed into two homes in a North Phoenix neighborhood. This happened yesterday near Deer Valley and Cave Creek roads. An official saying a flight instructor and a student pilot, they were both on board this small plane, and also somebody inside one of those homes. All three were injured, but they are expected to be okay. Miraculously, right? Our David Chazanoff joining us live near where all of this happened in this neighborhood. I know, David, you're not too far from the Deer Valley Airport, and also we're seeing, whoa, this is incredible. This is that small plane out there now on the street. Walk us through how this happened, David.
Yeah, so we're in North Phoenix near Deer Valley and Cave Creek roads. You know, this is the biggest development as of this morning. The entire plane, excluding a wing that was taken off on a different piece of equipment. We know that, authorities are still investigating this incident, of course, after a small plane crashed into this neighborhood. Obviously, you see the whole plane right there. It looks like authorities are just wrapping up their efforts this morning, but we know 12 News obtained surveillance footage yesterday just actually showing this plane crashing into two homes, ricocheting off of a roof and then landing into another property's backyard. It showed the moment a Piper PA-28, this plane you see right here, crashing after a mechanical issue. You see that plane certainly took a beating right there. This happened yesterday. We know a flight instructor and student pilot were on board. They survived the impact and were able to get out of the plane. So a big miracle there. They have life-threatening injuries, especially considering the severity of this. Crashing into two homes certainly could have been a much worse situation. But we know one person also inside a damaged home was also taken to the hospital as a precaution. As you see, people from this crane company here appears to be taking more pieces of equipment from the plane onto another truck that they have here. So the crash displaced 5 people, though we have been seeing the homeowners, at least in this house that has the cross on it, we've been seeing them walking in and out of the home with no issues whatsoever. It looks like police are just letting them go inside their property, checking out or checking on their things. While this continues, the NTSB is still looking into, how exactly that mechanical failure happened. But just take a big look for yourself right here. This is a big bulk of the plane that crashed yesterday, so it's certainly a sight to see, Allison.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to just see this plane sitting there in the middle of this roadway in this residential neighborhood, and also pieces of it, right, getting put on the back of that truck there to be examined. As you mentioned, this is all going to be under investigation. I also know, David, that a neighbor was able to see this through one of their surveillance cameras there the moment it impacted. This neighbor just telling us, right, he's never seen anything like this.
Yeah, he's lived here for 15 years, and obviously they live close to an airport here, so we asked him yesterday, did you ever expect something like this to happen? Because you hear planes flying by this neighborhood quite often. He said never, did he think that this would actually happen? So it really caught everyone here by surprise. We also spoke with someone else who saw the flight instructor and the student pilot, as they got off the plane after the collision, asked them if they were okay. They nodded their heads, but they appeared, very disoriented and very shaken up after what happened, and rightfully so. We're talking about a plane that crashed into two homes and, really displaced, a handful of people. So, this has really shocked the entire neighborhood. There's lots of people out here this morning taking pictures and looking at what's going on.
Yeah, I know, David, also we were hearing, right, this flight instructor talking to air traffic control, just telling them, hey, they had left Deer Valley Airport, right? And they're saying, we have to go back. There's something kind of wrong with the engines. Our RPMs are going down. And so the dispatcher's telling them, okay, your engine is gone. And they said, no, there's just something wrong that we have to go back. Not necessarily gone. And so that was moments before the impact here. This is just incredible to see. David, thank you so much for bringing us this perspective. We're going to check back in with him throughout the morning here on 12.